Hi everyone, welcome back. So today this is another Gains Without Pains video. You might have seen some of them that are up already. So this is where I basically talk about common mistakes that people make when they're doing gym-based exercises, and how you can improve your technique to help prevent injuries. Certainly part of my job as a sports therapist, it's not just about, giving a massage and treating an injury. It's also about educating my clients, as to how they can prevent injuries in the future, how they can improve their technique through, and improve their posture, which will in turn help prevent these, performance limiting injuries. So for this post, I am going to be looking at the Romanian deadlift. Okay. Now, the Romanian deadlift has a lot of benefits. Certainly, it targets the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back. But it also actually uses the abdominal muscles and the trapezius muscles on the upper back, which kind of have a stabilizing effect during the exercise. And the combination of all of these muscles being used together also results in increased hormone release, calorie burn, and stimulation of the central nervous system. So developing the Romanian deadlift technique will consequently also help with barbell, back squats, deadlift technique, and sometimes it can be used as a sort of a initiation, if you like, into something like a clean and jerk, which we're also going to do another video on. So keep your eyes out for that. But also, the Romanian deadlift, we said it focuses on the hamstrings, which, the hamstrings and quads work together. So, if one of those is out of balance, then that can cause real problems and really increase your risk of injury. And, obviously a lot of the other gym-based exercises, things like squats, lunges, leg press, it's the quads that you're really working. So by also doing something like a Romanian deadlift, you can also sort of provide a little bit of balance and work the hamstrings as well. Another benefit of the Romanian deadlift is it kind of contributes to just easy facilitation of those daily activities. And this is because it offers stabilization of the hip muscles, during that sort of hip hinge movement. So by working these muscles, it can also just help assist with just those everyday things that you don't really think about. Now, okay, so we're going to look, that's the benefits. We're going to look at common mistakes that people make when doing a deadlift. And then we'll sort of talk about how to improve your own technique. So probably a big mistake that people make is they fail to recognise the difference between a Romanian deadlift and a stiff-legged deadlift. So Romanian deadlift actually requires the hips to be, pushed back more with a slight knee bend. Whereas obviously stiff-legged deadlift will not have that slight knee bend. But also other mistakes will be things like not keeping the bar close to your body, which obviously when lifting any heavy weights, you want to keep it close to avoid straining the back. If if the bar is too far away, it will be the lower back that will get strained. So by keeping the bar pretty much in contact with your legs throughout the exercise will really help reduce the risk of injury. Another thing, bending forward instead of pushing the hips back will strain the back. So, the movement needs to be coming from the hips rather than the back. Not keeping the chest up, because if you keep the chest up, what that will do is it will help to arch the lower back, and in that way it helps actually prevent injury. In terms of the leg muscles, we've said the RDL works the hamstrings. So another mistake is not keeping the tension in the hamstrings. The focus should be the hamstrings, not the back. And the last one is, well, I suppose kind of along the lines of not working the back. So you want to make sure all the movement is coming from the hips and through maintaining tension in those hamstrings, rather than using the lats, which run down the side there. Because again, if you're using the back and you're using those lat muscles, again, you're going to be more prone to injury and strain in the back. So how do we improve our technique? So you want to keep your feet slightly narrower than hip width. You want to keep the back straight and keep looking forward. By looking forward, you actually avoid neck strain. You want to bend slowly to grip the barbell. And when you grip the barbell, you want to grip it with a pronated or overhand grip, i.e. facing the ground. Slightly bend the knee throughout the movement. Remember, it's not a stiff-legged deadlift. And, keep the shoulders back, keep the chest up and forward, so that you're not straining the back. Lower the barbell slowly, and you want to basically stick your bum out as far as possible. You want the movement to come from the hips, not the back. Keep the barbell close to your body throughout the exercise. And again, I've said it before, deep breathing. Make sure that you are breathing in as much as possible when you're lowering, and then powerfully breathe out as you drive those hips forward in order to activate that hip hinge movement, which will allow you then to stand upright and not strain the back. So so that's basically it. The main, as I say, the main focus is to sort of make that movement, come from the hips and the legs rather than the back, as you should be doing with any sort of heavy lifting. So now I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, just want to say that I am not a personal trainer, so the tips that I've given you today are actually based on my knowledge of anatomy and physiology, my knowledge as a sports therapist, and the injuries that I've treated. So if you are starting out and, maybe starting up in the gym or coming back after injury, do consult with a personal trainer. and you know, they may be able to give you, you know, some advice that I've not given today. But as far as the Romanian deadlift goes, that's really it. So keep your eye out for my next video, which will be on the clean and jerk. Yeah, subscribe to my channel to be notified when other videos come out, and you can always contact me through my Facebook or Instagram, and I'll do my best to answer any questions that you might have. But for now, that is all from me, so I will see you next time. Bye.